Lead, we'll be taking a look at Marcus High School's Coffee House concert.
And we ask if LISD should consider evening classes. All this and more coming up. Hello, I'm Hannah Wee.
And I'm Destiny Paxton, and this is The Lead. Flower Mound, are you guys excited for the Rosette Spring Show? The show will take place February 27th through the 29th at 7:30 p.m. in the auditorium. The theme is Tune In, and tickets are available now. To buy yours, go to the Rosette's website using the link in the description box of this broadcast.
Attention Flower Mound seniors. The Women of Flower Mound organization is offering 2 scholarship opportunities for graduating seniors, both male and female. There will be 3 $4,000 general scholarships and 1 $5,000 scholarship awarded to a female pursuing the STEM workforce. The application deadline is March 22nd. For more information on requirements, see your counselor or visit the website link in the description box below.
Lewisville students, if you want to go to prom or some other formal this spring but cannot afford a dress or suit, the prom showcase may be just right for you. This event is on February 29th at the North Central Texas College location in Corinth. This is an opportunity to shop for dresses or suits and all other accessories at no cost. The last day to sign up is February 20th. You can use the link in the description box of this broadcast.
10 Lewisville seniors were nominated for Heart, King, and Queen. These 10 seniors will be competing to raise the most money for a fundraiser supporting the American Heart Association. On Valentine's Day during block lunch, the winners with the most donations will be crowned as Heart, King, and Queen, receiving a stash and cord. LHS will still be accepting cash donations until the 13th.
LISD's Historically Black Colleges and Universities College Fair was last Friday at Marcus High School. Students who signed up from every campus were encouraged to leave during first and second period to attend. The HBCU College Fair had alumni guest speakers, a student panel of HBCU college students to answer questions, and booths with representatives from HBCU campuses around the nation.
Hebron High School is hosting their first annual Hawk Fest to celebrate the diversity on their campus. The event will be Saturday, February 29th from 12 to 2 p.m. in the main campus cafeteria. Hebron will be representing a wide range of cultures with finger foods, desserts, games, artifacts, and entertainment. Hawks, if you wish to volunteer and be a part of the festival, you can sign up by using the link in the description box below.
Congratulations to Hebron's Digital Divas team for winning 2 contests in the advanced division of a recent competition. The event was held on February 1st. Digital Divas is an all-girls high school programming competition whose primary goal is to promote the presence of women in the STEM field. Besides the contest, the event included keynote speakers, workshops, and an award ceremony.
I think it's really great how all these girls can get exposed to the STEM field at such a young age.
Yeah, I think it's really inspiring and empowering.
Hebron's Got Talent was held this past Saturday. Congratulations to sophomore Gian Lay for winning the Judges Award and junior David Howe, who won the People's Choice Award. Audrey Carpenter from Castle Hills Elementary got second place, and junior Kylie Hendrickson came in third place. Performances ranged from singing and dancing to magic shows. Great job to all the contestants.
A high school in Michigan has some of us wondering if a more flexible school schedule would benefit LISD.
Sumana Sayed has the story.
At LISD, school hours for high schools are set to start at 8:20 a.m. and conclude at 3:35 p.m. Currently, students say that this routine is working for them.
You know, waking up in the morning, getting school done with throughout the day, and then having the opportunity to go to work after that, it allows for some free time right in between. And, you know, most students, especially when you become seniors, they get a lot of free time.
But what if there was an option of going to school from 3 to 8 p.m., allowing the time to work or intern during the day, like the seniors at a high school in Lansing, Michigan?
They get more time at the internship. My internship is a law enforcement internship, so it'll give me an opportunity to be able to see a lot more stuff that officers see on the street.
We have such a vast variety of students with vast variety of needs. Having one more time slot where people could take classes, you know, that'd be great. That's just more flexibility for the school system.
Although there are many positives, some say there could also be some setbacks.
Has implications for basically any kind of fine arts or athletic endeavor. The obvious example is football. Like football happens at night, so if we're having school at 7 or 8 o'clock at night, that's a conflict.
It'd be very different considering a lot of America is on this 9 to 5, 8 to 5 schedule. It might be counterproductive. Just kind of depends on the lifestyle of the person.
This program may work for those in Michigan, but for us at LISD, we're probably not going to delete our morning alarms just yet. For The Lead, I'm Samana Zayed.
The regional academic decathlon meet was held this past Friday and Saturday. Marcus finished second and Hebron came in third by only 4 questions. Flower Mound finished 5th in our region and the Colony High School finished 4th in the medium school division. Congratulations and good luck to all the schools who qualify for the state meet on March 6th.
Last Saturday, the Marcus German class went to Winterfest. This competition was for people who had an interest in German culture. Marcus Jr. Brianna Clary said Winterfest let her experience new things.
It definitely helps me get out of my comfort zone. I'm doing things that I don't normally do. I don't always bake gingerbread houses, but I do for this every year now. I wouldn't usually sing in front of judges, but I decided to do that this year, to sing in German, and I'm glad I did it. It was a good experience.
In several categories, including making gingerbread houses, performing traditional dances, and competing in grammar and vocabulary tests.
Attention Marcus guys, Marcus Cheer is looking to grow its co-ed program. They are in search of males who are interested in lifting, stunting, and learning to tumble. Those who like to sign up can attend the next parent cheerleader meeting on February 18th at 7:30 p.m. in the FMHS library.
The Marcus Spanish Honor Society is partnering with the Pulsera Project to sell $5 bracelets or pulseras. The Pulsera Project is a nonprofit organization that seeks to educate people and provide sustainable work opportunities for artisans in Central America and in the U.S. The proceeds of the bracelet sales will be invested in many social impact programs in Nicaragua and Guatemala.
Marcus Choir hosted a coffee house concert last week.
Bryce McGarry got the inside story.
This past Thursday at the Marcus High School Auditorium, Marcus Choir performed a concert to look back on the past decade of music. Some of the students had time to reflect on the theme of this concert.
Well, throughout the decades, there's a lot of hit songs, and everyone knows the Beatles and all of the popular people like Elvis Presley and all those. So I think it's a big time period of a lot of influential songs, and we want to celebrate that.
I think just realizing that the music from the past is really good music, and we just wanted to perform it.
From Frank Sinatra to Michael Bublé, the Marcus Choir students performed a variety of songs in many different styles.
My favorite song was my a cappella group song, My Way, by Frank Sinatra.
My favorite song was Michael Bublé, Fly Me to the Moon, because he's my favorite artist.
Mr. Davis explained what he thought was important to the concert.
I like to try and give kids moments, like how often can I give kids a moment, an opportunity to shine? And I think tonight was a great example of so many kids having moments. And the audience really responded really well to it.
As the decade comes and goes, let's not forget that it's not just about the future, it's also about the past. For The Lead, I'm Bryce McGarry.
I really like all the artists that they mentioned. I wish I was there.
Yeah, I really wish Flower Mound did something like that. Well, shout out to the Colony's Collegiate Academy program. Over 30 students will be honored at a ceremony next week. These students have earned their associate's degree straight out of high school. Incoming students also get a chance to check out the program with their orientation this week. If you would like to know more about the program, contact them at collegiateacademy@lisd.net or follow them on Twitter. After the break, I'll be sitting down with the principal from the Colony High School on this edition of Icebreaker.
And in sports, we'll take a look at scores as well as Flower Mound swim team going to the state competition.
This episode of The Lead is sponsored by Chick-fil-A. Visit any of their locations around the LISD area and eat more chicken.
Hi, I'm Destiny Paxton and this is Icebreaker. Last episode, I kind of assumed that you guys knew the concept of the show, but today I'd like to clarify. This segment is designed for us, the students, to get to know our principals a little more in a more relaxed setting as we chat over ice cream. So with that, let's begin. How are you today, Mr. Baxter?
Great. How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
So can you tell me about your bowl of ice cream over there?
Yes, I have vanilla ice cream with some peanut butter topping and some nuts.
Okay, I got a little bit of, well, I have vanilla ice cream and then the chocolate syrup with peanuts and some little crunch candies.
You can't beat that.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, so I want to ask you a few questions to get to know you better.
Absolutely.
What if you could have any superpower, what would you choose and why?
I would choose to fly so that I could try to be everywhere I can at once, but I'd rather just go all over the place quickly.
I could see that.
Yes.
Also, do you have any embarrassing moment that you would like to share with us?
So we actually, about 3 years ago, we had a huge event at our football stadium called our Dignitary Night with all of our LISD board members and Dr. Rogers. And we had one of our key people doing setup was late. And so Dr. Rogers got to the event and it wasn't set up very well.
Wow.
So I was just hanging out there with Dr. Rogers. And it wasn't all coming together very smoothly for a while, but it worked out.
It came back together?
It came back together.
That's good, that's good. All right, also, let's say that you're like the newest addition to a crayon box, and what color would you be?
I'd probably be just sky blue, probably.
Why?
To me, it just kind of symbolizes the sky's the limit. So I believe in, you can accomplish anything you set your dreams to and your mind to. And so sky's the limit.
I like that. All right, and then what's your spirit animal?
I would say it would be a lion. Courage and strength and tenacity, just the ability to do anything needed.
Okay. Also, how do you enjoy spending your weekends?
So I love musical theater. Also like just spending time with my family, watching sports. I'm a big sports fanatic. And then also do a lot of work with my church at Prestonwood Baptist Church in Plano.
Yeah, I go to a church in Carrollton, and I help out over there too.
Yeah, it's fun. And just I think the main thing on the weekend is just have some time to relax. And we have a lot of activities at the high school even over the weekend.
Yeah. So, all right, and then also, do you have anything in your office that like holds sentimental value or a memory?
I think for me, I have one of our TCHS football helmets, and I used to be a coach before I became an administrator, and I think just the sentimental value of that. And then also, I was a former student at the Colony High School, so I'm an alumni.
Oh, really?
And so just having the value of being an alumni coming back home is important to me.
Yeah, I could see that. All right, so we're now going to go into our rapid fire segment, and so I'm going to ask you a few questions at a rapid pace.
Okay.
All right, so Star Wars or Star Trek?
Star Wars.
Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Caramel or caramel?
Caramel.
Movies or books?
Movies.
Netflix or Hulu?
Netflix.
Night or morning person?
Night.
Hip hop or rock?
Rock.
Sweet or sour?
Sour.
Hot weather or cold weather?
Hot weather for sure.
Fruits or vegetables?
Vegetables.
Samsung or Apple?
Apple.
Basketball or football?
Football.
Vanilla or chocolate?
Vanilla.
Pancakes or waffles?
Pancakes.
Netflix or cable?
Netflix.
City or the countryside?
City.
Oceans or mountains?
Oceans.
All right, well, thank you today for joining us. And thank you guys for tuning in to this episode of Icebreaker. That's all for today, and we're gonna now go into some sports news from all around the district.
You're watching the Lead Sports Update with Kellen Croxton.
This past week, the Lewisville Sports Media Network broadcasted the Lewisville versus Hebron basketball game. With that being said, here are some of the highlights from that game. Lewisville got in the lead early with an uninterrupted 13-0 start. The numerous amounts of steals help acquire this strong lead. Strong three-point shooting, especially on this play where Keontae George gets a nice corner three, was able to put the game away fairly early. These types of shots forced Hebron to expand outside, which led to a numerous amount of paint plays from Lewisville. While Hebron had a couple transition plays, the Farmers' three-point shooting proved to be too much. Now our first LSMN Player of the Week goes to Kylan Green, a 6-foot point guard for the Farmers. Kylan shot 85% with 14 points, and he also had 6 rebounds and 5 assists. Now onto the basketball scores. Boys basketball scores starting out with Flower Mound. The Jaguars lost to MacArthur 76-81, and the Hawks were able to bounce back from their loss against Lewisville last week with a 60-50 win over Irving. Lewisville kept their 5-game streak going alive with a 50-58 win over Marcus, and the Colony unfortunately fell to Braswell. But despite this loss in their 6-4 record, the Colony is still second in district behind Braswell at 10-1. Moving on to the girls' scores, we had an important game between Flower Mound and MacArthur, a game between the two to decide who is first in the district, in which MacArthur won 60-48. The Lady Hawks also took home a large victory against Irving, winning 74-33. Another important game this week is a clash between Lewisville and Marcus. With the 49-39 win, Lewisville girls have clinched the playoff spot and almost closed the window on the girls' basketball playoffs. Now let's move on to the basketball standings. Capella is leading the boys basketball standings at 10-2, and MacArthur and Lewisville are following behind. Flower Mound is currently in the 4th spot at 8-4, but we can see a lot of transition between these spots as many teams are within 1 game of each other. So while Capella has seemed to control the district at 10-2, anything can happen right now. Moving on to the girls standings, we can go ahead and see that MacArthur is in first place, and the district going 11-1, and that Flower Mound is right behind them going 12-2. A close record between the two means the season might come down to the wire for that number 1 spot. Lewisville also shot up to the 3rd spot with a 10-4 record, and Hebron was able to snag that coveted 4th spot from Marcus and is continuing their win streak. And the next closest team, Marcus, is actually 2 games behind that 4th place spot, making it hard for the Marauders to drive their way into the postseason. Now, let's go ahead and move on to the boys soccer scores. Starting off with soccer, we'll go ahead and take a look at Flower Mound versus Capel, which ended in a 0-0 tie. Another tie is the Hawks and Farmers scored 1 goal each. Lewisville had the advantage going in early, taking a 1-0 lead in the first period. However, the Hawks were able to eventually catch up with a goal in the second period, the only non-tie so far. Marcus was also able to easily beat MacArthur in a commanding 6-2 win, and also the Colony beat Northwest 2-0. Moving on to girls soccer, the Jaguars are the only undefeated team left in district as they kept alive with a 1-0 win over Capel. Hebron was able to edge out Lewisville in a close 2-1 game over Marcus, and Marcus had an easy win over 4-0 over MacArthur. The Lewisville girls also took home a big 4-1 win over Northeast, in which they scored all 4 goals in the first period. Now, I join the Flower Mound swim team as they reflect on a successful season and prepare for another one at the shot of the state title.
The Flower Mound High School swim team has had a very successful swim season, and that continues as they are heading to state this weekend in Austin. Flower Mound swim coach Anthony Arbogast has some insight on how they were able to achieve such success this season.
I think the key to success this season for these guys has been the hard work that they've put in. With swim season being very long, to keep that intensity up and the desire to get to this point in the season is a big part of our team success. We have a lot of seniors on the team, so they really showed underclassmen how to be on the team, and I think that's really been a big part of our success this year.
While the team has had a strong foundation so far, a few athletes are paving a bright future for Flower Mound Swim.
This year we had TSCA, districts, regions, and we're about to go to state, and those are pretty big events. At state, last year I got 3rd, so I'm hoping to place top 3 again, and then one of our relays is seated pretty high, so I want to do well in that too.
My teammates motivate me to be competitive every day. It's so much fun getting to race them and practice with them. I did really well at regions this year. I'm going to state in the 100 free. One of our relays has the opportunity to do really well at state, so I'm really excited for that.
I made state in the 2 free and then 2 of the relays. Honestly, the relays are the most fun part about state. It's working hard with your friends, getting in the pool, and racing a lot more people.
Good luck to the Flower Mound swim team and all other LISD swimmers as they make their way to state.
Now back to Destiny and Hannah at the news desk.
Thanks, Kellen. Let's jump into this week's Twitter contest.
Last week, we asked you to send in a picture of your class watching the lead. This week's winner is Alexis Fiacconi from Flower Mound High School. Congrats, Alexis. You just won a free food gift card from Chick-fil-A. Missed out this time? Don't worry, you can have another chance.
As you may know, this past Sunday, the Oscars was televised on ABC. If you watched it, DM us the film that won the most awards and tell us how many awards they won. If you're correct and your message is chosen, you could win free food.
If you want to know more about what's happening in the district or have a story you want to see covered, follow us on Twitter at LICTheLead or email us at licthelead@gmail.com. Thanks for watching. I'm Hannah Wee.
And I'm Destiny Paxton, and we'll see you next time.